Hello everyone, welcome to ALR round 12 here in Silver, and yes, we are hit the home of motorsport, the British Grand Prix, and it is now officially halfway through the ALR Silver season as well, and we have got another 11 rounds or so to go as of this moment in time. So I got to say, we have got a very interesting round to come, haven't we? And especially after last night's goal performance, how are these guys going to make up for that incredible action last night? Well, I do have a lot of faith in the Silver guys, so yes, I do believe that we'll have just as a great race like last night, or even better, of course. Track map is just in front of us right now. We got 18 turns around this 3.6 mile circuit, which was modified in 2010, I believe, wasn't it? Before, and of course the start, because the start line used to be on the left hand side of the track, didn't it? And the first corner used to be cops. That's not the case anymore, is it? And this new configuration, which I do prefer the old configuration because I missed the amazing corner called Bridge there, which was fantastic. We had a very scary incident a couple of years ago down there, didn't we? Well, I said a couple of years ago, back in 2004, wasn't it? Jarno Trulli went head over heels, didn't he? Just out of Bridge, actually. It was a very scary incident indeed there. But yeah, I quite liked Bridge there, so I say, so it's a shame that corner's gone, but there you go then. There's me missing there in the old days there of Silverstone, but I've got to say, there's a lot of old days as well. Track, I think there's been 10 layouts in total around Silverstone, isn't it? Of course, this is on an old airfield, isn't it? So I'm sure there is 10 layouts as far as when I was listening to Crofty back in the back in the 70th anniversary, I think, anyway. There you go. That's a little bit of information for you, which might be wrong, actually, possibly. Anyway, then, yes, we are now getting on with the race itself. Then, as we got Michael Preston there saying, "Evening, dude. Hello, Michael. Hope you're having a lovely time today." And Emerson there. Hopefully, everyone has a better race than I did last night. There, as of course, Emerson's Silverstone jinx continues, doesn't it? Really? Then, so I think that if anyone had a jinx, it's Emerson around the circle, isn't it? Well, he didn't have a jinx on FIFA 21 though, did he? Because apparently he just packed Suarez or something like that. That's what I said on Snapchat a minute ago or two. But enough about FIFA. I'm not concerned about that until midnight tonight. Anyway, then, yeah, you can see we're getting into the track as well. And a quick mention as well, guys. Happy birthday to one of the drivers. Is of course Ghost today, who's driving the Ferrari. And what a way to spend your birthday as well, driving around Super Silverstone. So happy birthday to Ghost Recon. Brilliant stuff indeed there. And of course then and of course, there is also Kevin Magnuson's birthday as well, but that's not as the biggest occasion as celebrating Ghost then. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Ghost, a winner, of course, a one-time winner in ALR Silver, fantastic way back in the Dutch Grand Prix. Yep, so happy birthday to Ghost then, and of course, I hope he has a great race tonight as well. Also, over the weekend as well, we also had birthdays for Jean-Denis Delatraz. If anyone remembers him back in the mid-90s, wow, I got to say, you're blessed to watch him race. I got to say, Louis Delatraz is a much more competent race driver than Jean-Denis Delatraz. I think that didn't Delatraz retire because he had cramp. I think he only had 2 race starts anyway, as far as I can remember, in the Pacific Grand Prix. And we have also got the I think it was Pedro Lamy who had of course, who was also birthday. It was last week as well. Of course, I think he was the Minardi driver, wasn't he? Halfway through '95, he was the most successful Portuguese driver until Tiago Monteiro, of course, took that title away from him back in 2005 when he got on the podium in that infamous American Grand Prix back in 2005 at Indianapolis as well. We got Gordo out on track again. Gordo had a fantastic race last night. He would have been on the podium potentially if that safety car didn't come out right in the end there. So that was unfortunate there for Gordo, wasn't it? And I got to keep up with your comments there as well. And talking to Gordo, he is in the comments as well. Hello, Gordo. Hope you're having a lovely evening as well. Total Peas there. Good morning, Sean. Hello, Total Peas. Of course, Peas there is been welcomed into the winner circle of ALR, hasn't it? Of course, he won last night. We've had 2 new race winners in the last 2 weekends in gold. Then in silver, it has been status quo with Gurman winning 2 to now take the lead in the driver standings. I haven't even talked about them yet. yet, so we'll talk about that in just a jiffy as well. Emerson saying, yes, inform Suarez as well. What are you informing him about? I didn't know you had his contact there to Luis Suarez. Good stuff indeed there, Emerson. So he's not only a popular man down in Turkey, he's also a popular man over in Uruguay as well, or wherever Suarez plays now. Does he still play in Barcelona? I don't know. We've also got Kingdom saying, hey mate, they're wearing the tribute helmet to the late great Sterling Moss, or white helmet indeed. We'll keep an eye out as well. Of course, hopefully we'll see more of that helmet than what we've seen of Emerson's helmet last night, because Emerson was wearing the James Hunt helmet, wasn't he? Unfortunately, connections issues really curtail that then, so hopefully that brings Kingzone a bit of good luck there. And I've got to say, Kingzone then is in 17th in the World Championship at the moment, so hopefully he can get some more points on the board then. Gordo starts his lap then, and we've also got Wilson saying evening on. Hello Wilson as well on board then with Gordo as he goes through turn 1. Now let's go through the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Well, it is German who is leading the championship now. He is 23 points in front of Potato, who had a very difficult weekend, didn't he, last time out in Austria. And of course, unfortunately, he ended his race after a couple of laps, and so that's a shame now for New Potato, who hasn't won a race yet in silver, believe it or not, but it's been about consistency. Third position is V Todd. Remember, only 2 drivers now go up into gold then after the promotion of infamous Pillars, and congratulations to Pillars then. And so there's only 2 drivers going up now, and the gap between New Potato and all the way down, it's incredibly close there. It's less than a win. It separates several drivers. It's absolutely immense out there. We got V Todd then, who's 7 points behind at New Potato. Then we've got Serious Mushroom, who's 7 points behind his teammate. We got Wilson, who I think has been driver of the season so far. He's been fantastic. He is 5th at the moment, and he's also 7 points behind the racing point of Serious Mushroom as well. Shane only 5 points away from Wilson. Then we've got Ghost, who's 8 points behind. Iceman has also got himself in the thick of things as well. He is also 8 points behind. Then we've got Baz in 9th position, who's 9 points away, and Payne too is 5 points away from Baz, and Itchy is 5 points away from Payne as well. And then Andre in 12th position there, also a point apiece. It's less than, it's single figures literally from apart from German, who's 23 points in front. Everyone else is separated by less than 8 points then, going from second all the way down into 20th position. Is fantastic. Gordo is just taking a trip across the grass, and Frisky Biscuit is gone into second position mode in the Red Bull then, and of course he's also driving with my favourite number as well. V Todd has gone fast at the moment, and he is currently third in the driver standings then, and he is going to need to finish second if he wants to get promoted to Sunday to the Sunday racing on Flea's gone third fastest, of course, of gold then. And we have also got that at the moment. We've got Wilson, and as I've already mentioned, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? We've got McLaren up there as well. Torma Rosso then, can he get himself back on the points as well? That is the question that I want answered tonight then. In he's currently in fastest so far. Good 17th then. As we got, of course, you eagle-eyed guys out there will notice that Dan Murphy, of course, the man who was dominating this championship right up until he's put back to reserve, he is back in the Alfa Romeo here tonight. And so good 17th there for Dan, and let's see what he can do. His teammate Wilson at the moment there is currently 7th fastest as it stands out. Yellow Flags is on the pit straight there, so someone's had a problem there. Also transfer news as well. Unfortunately, the man who dominated the Monaco Grand Prix weekend, Marks Miller, is unfortunately having to take a back seat for the remainder of the season now, which is such a shame, because Marks Miller was really marching up the championship, wasn't he? He was up to 7th before he had to relinquish his seat, but he's got a very equally talented replacement in the forms of Liam. Remember, Liam has been fantastic, hasn't he, since the debuting bronze there a couple of weeks ago for the Canadian Grand Prix. He's been a bit unlucky in that silver, so let's see what he can do from here on in. Serious Mushroom goes 8th fastest, whilst his teammate just goes faster still. Then good 17 then. We have also got Itchy as a Nude Potato is out of qualifying then, and that is of course not good at all there for Potato. We've got Kings up there, who's just cruising back to the pits as well. We're on board with the birthday boy as well, and as Bro Gorilla said, evening Sean, hope you're okay, mate, and good luck to all drivers. Good 17th there from Bro Gorilla, a former ALR driver as well, isn't he? And also a former commentator colleague that I was sharing the box with way back in season 1 as well, because we used to have 3 commentators, didn't we? It was me, Nosy, and Bro Gorilla. Of course, Bro Gorilla was kind of our man in the know, wasn't he, when he was driving the car, and also just talking us through the track conditions of I think it was Hungary, wasn't it, where he did that that special feature. We've got Ghost and the birthday boy then. He is in 10th position at the moment, and I've got to say, it must be an honour now to share your birthday with the great Kevin Magnussen, isn't it? Here comes Liam Yetta coming across the line. He is third fastest then, and I've got to say, Liam Yetta, let's see if we can get some points on the board. He's currently 20th in the driver's standings at this moment in time then. In the constructors, Mercedes are currently leading the way. Then they're 20 points in front of Ferrari in second position. And Haas, we're on board with a Haas car now in third position, and they've moved up with Gurman getting very much on par. Been fantastic, hasn't he? Gurman has in the last couple of races. AlphaTauri have dropped down into fourth position. Racing Point 7 points behind in fifth position, and sixth is Renault. Alfa Romeo is seventh position. Renault had a fantastic race last night, actually, just to mention that. Eighth position, Red Bull. McLaren ninth, and Williams are in 10th position, unfortunately propping up the table at this moment in time then. As Ghost is gone! Oh my goodness me, the man, of course, as we just mentioned, it was his birthday, and he is going to be, well, I don't think it's the birthday look. There is a Ghost is off, and he's gone off where Danny Fiat went off at the 70th Grand Prix. I think it was the British Grand Prix, wasn't it? Oh no, and Ghost is out of qualifying. What a huge shock there for Ghost. What a shame. And he is out of qualifying. And oh dear, the man just can't seem to catch a break at the moment, can he, Ghost? That is a massive blow indeed. We're just on board King's as he is coming down the hangar straight as well. But Gordo was saying worst track for me, but here we go then. I've got to say, Gordo did a fantastic job last night though, I've got to say. So yeah, I think it can't be that bad then. We've got Wilson there saying one of my worst tracks too, mate, as Ayrton saying sorry I'm late, Sean, but hello anyway then. And I've got to say, you should be sorry, Ayrton. I've got to say, what else is more important than listening to me on a Monday night? Well, probably the transfer window, isn't it? The transfer deadline day as well, which I think Dad was talking about this a minute ago actually. As Gurman is unfortunately invalidated this time, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry. Baz is also invalidated as well, so let's keep an eye on Troy making his debut here tonight for the Mercedes Ed. So good stuff indeed then for Troy. Let's see what this young man can do as well. Yeah, of course it is transfer deadline day, so as well not a lot's gone on really. I think Alex Telles has gone to Man United. Apart from that, nothing else has happened. But let's not talk about the football, shall we, as I am still a bit hurt from last night. So and I've of course, after a great season last season for Liverpool, I'll remember why I really don't like being a Liverpool fan sometimes, is the banter I got has been absolutely brutal today, but what do you expect? Troy coming into turn 16 as well, then car 88 then Troy is. Of course, can Troy get some points on the board as well? Currently he hasn't got any points there, but he's second fastest at the moment as well. Good stuff indeed. Then comes across the line. He is 2/10 of a second away from Vital, who is currently doing a very good job out there. We got Williams' car of crossing the line now. It's Itchy starting us up. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got Gurman, the championship leader. Then he has now got a target on his back, hasn't he? Potato is out of qualifying, so is Ghost as well. We got Shane there rising over the hill. Lovely stuff indeed. Also Exile, who is made his debut in the French Grand Prix, I think it was, wasn't it? He unfortunately missed last time, but he's back in action as well, car 91, so let's see what he can do as well. Just watching Gurman at the moment then as well. Then we got, oh goodness me, a lot of comments coming in there as Gio is saying hello, still watching the 7-2 highlights of Liverpool there. Yeah, Gurman there, because you heard the pain in my voice there, didn't you? Well, you see, I think we just had to match Man United score, didn't we? Because Man United was getting thrashed there 6-1 there, and of course a typical Liverpool fan has to bring up Man United, don't they? Really, because that's what we do, really, isn't it? We've got LH44, Shalom, hello, LH, I hope you're having a good day today. As Jake Wilson said, I cried when we lost 7-2 last night. As also we got more like Watkins. I gotta say, having said that, luckily I didn't know the scoreline until after the broadcast went off there, when Knowlesy very grinly, cheekily said about Liverpool was losing 4-1, and I thought he was taking the mick. Oh, he really wasn't, was he? Here comes Shane now. He's into the final part of the course as well, but we got to watch Itchy first. Itchy comes across the line. He is 7th fastest in the Williams. Good 17. Shane, a former pole sitter in the Chinese Grand Prix, is 6th fastest in the AlphaTauri. And once again, we got a very unseasonal, very hot British Grand Prix. Goodness me, I know this race is taking on the game anyway. It's taking part in July, but yeah, it's still very hot out there, isn't it? I usually expect a bit of rain clouds and stuff like that. At the moment now, well, I say there's not a cloud in the sky, but there really is, isn't there? As you look up there, and it is probably getting a bit murky. I think I was just looking at the wrong part of the track there. on board Wilson as well. And of course Wilson is the last two races he's been fantastic, hasn't he? Don't need to worry about qualifying, this man doesn't, because he has been flying, hasn't he? I think he had a third week a couple of weeks ago, and then he had a fourth position last week. Wilson has really propelled himself up the standings as well. He's right in the thick of it now then, Wilson is, and a good result here today then, especially with No Patel there, which could be facing dropping out of that top two at the moment there for the bronze champion as well. He's had a bit of a difficult start in his career in silver, isn't he? He's had some great results, New Patel has, but he just can't get the consistency going at the moment, can he? Which is a bit of a shame there as well. He's 2 tenths a second up where Wilson is as he comes down the back straight as well, and he's carrying on there. Look at that, he's got his foot firmly planted to the mat, to the floor. Back on board with Wilson at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then. Look at that then, taking a very calm approach as well. He's out of the final turn then, and Wilson is improved by 2 tenths of a second and is very close then. And just in the background, we just seen a AlphaTauri Shane go into third fast at the moment. VTOL is currently the man at the moment then, who is really doing, really ripping up the trees, isn't he? He's 66 hundredths of a second up at the moment now. I should say ripping up the tarmac, isn't he? Young girl say, yeah, no, lumberjack, is he? As he comes down the back straight, the hanger straight now, and we're coming up to the formidable Stowe corner as well. Of course, I remember Stowe, my first major memory of Stowe actually is all VTOLs invalidated this time. I mentioned it last night on the stream there, where Michael Schumacher broke his leg in that horrific incident back in 1999, which was a very weird old race, wasn't it? But of course, overall it was a good race because David Coulthard won his first of 2 British Grand Prix, didn't he? Great 17 there for David Coulthard, and absolutely fantastic 17. Hackman lost his rear wheel, didn't he? As that popped off, didn't it? Coming out of, I think it was coming out of left field. On board Shane once again then. He is on form at the moment, and Tormar also has dropped down a couple of positions as well. What about Sirius Mushroom then? Lovely shot here from the nose cone of the racing point as well. Out of the final turn then. Let's see what he can do. He propels himself only to 12 for the moment, Sirius Mushroom is then. And of course, Sirius Mushroom has never missed a race in his silver career so far, and VTOL has only missed 1 race, so they are the most experienced silver drivers in ALR history with VTOL and Sirius Mushroom. I've got to say, that's incredible. Really good 17 there. I think they're combined like 60 odd Grand Prix between them. Brilliant. Here comes Baz, and he hasn't set a time just yet. Murphy is still chilling in the pits then with Exile. Oh goodness me, I'm getting out all the old Microsoft joints. Microsoft jokes now as well. Maybe I should finish off by saying word. Baz is up into 14th position then. He is into qualifying 2 at the moment then, but Wilson at the moment is facing elimination at this stage of proceedings, where we're just under 4 minutes to go. Exile started his lap as well, but he's got a lot of traffic in front of him, hasn't he? As Brandon has said, even Sean, hello Brandon. Hope you're having a lovely day as well. Sorry, I took a breath at a very wrong time now. 3 3/4 minutes to go in this qualifying session, and great stuff indeed. And if you just joined us, unfortunately we've lost Ghost. Of course, I would say it's happy birthday to Ghost then, but I think he might have had too much punch, hasn't he? Because he seems to be, he's off the circuit there. He had a big old smash, didn't he? Where Danny Fiat had a crash at the 70th anniversary, unfortunately. I wonder if something similar happened there. It might have been a car failure, perhaps then. So Brandon will be joining shortly then, so that'll be a full grid as well. Good stuff indeed. And if Brandon can join before the qualifying's up, he might be able to get in the car as well. Brandon's going to jump in the Renault then. So good 17 then. So we've got 2 Renaults in. Of course, Renault had a fantastic week, as I mentioned last one. So unfortunately, Woods is not racing this one. But Iceman is back in the thick of it as well. I've got to say, it's a privilege to speak to Iceman last week, wasn't it? Good stuff indeed there. He's in 10th position as it stands at the moment. We're on board the Ferrari. Murphy is currently still in the pits there, as I think the team might be also having nightmares about last night as well. Of course, being a United fan there. So me and Murphy was in the same boat last night. So Exile goes across the line, and he is 5th fastest at this moment in time. Good 17 there for the Ferrari driver, and I've got to say, I'm really interested to see what Exile can do in this league there. I'm really intrigued. Of course, get his feet under the table, so to speak, and then I reckon he's going to really start to build on his performances as well. He's only had 1 performance, only. I think he's had a strong 6th position there, so good stuff from Exile, and we'll see where he can go from there. As we're on board now as well, and as we're just coming up then as well, as we're floated into turn 1 as well, as Gordo was asked to stop talking about Liverpool and the football last night, because that's all he's heard today, and I've got to say that's all I've heard today as well, really. So yeah, I think we should talk about happier things there, like Kevin Magnuson's birthday, and of course there's also Ghost's birthday as well. As Wilson saying, I'm out, I'm going to start at the back there. That's a shame there for Wilson then. So he is out of qualifying, and that's a big blow indeed then. I think that he does have time to get out there, but I think that he might be done in this qualifying session. And we've also might have lost Murphy as well. I think he has. He needs to be coming out of the pits just now, unless my time is out of sync, which it almost certainly is then. So we have lost both Alpha Romeos. That's a shocking start there. We have also lost a New Potato as well. No, we aren't. We've lost New Potato and also Ghost as well, and say all retiring from the circuit. Here comes Bats coming out on circuit as well, with not too long to go then in this qualifying session then, I'm trying to work. I just had a message from someone, and I have no idea who it is. And of course, Kingdom also messaged me as well about his Sterling Moss helmet. And so, yeah, good stuff indeed there. We haven't seen much of Kingdom, but let's take this opportunity there to go on board with Kingdom and his beautiful Crash helmet as well. Look at that. And of course, it is the tribute then to the Sir Sterling Moss as well. Then props the greatest driver not to win a Grand Prix. I gotta say, it's definitely an argument worth having, isn't it? Sterling Moss there, and of course it was a privilege to hear in some of the interviews as well. And if you go back, there's a lot of ITV full races on with on the YouTube channel at the moment, isn't it? I think it's from a Variety Network or something like that, and they got some really good. Felicia's gone across Brooklyn, so hasn't it? I was just trying to work out why is the that car looks very distorted to me, doesn't it? It's very pixelated there. Gosh, I feel like I'm playing on a PlayStation 1 or 2 game now. I gotta say, that's a very interesting camera angle there, isn't it? I think it's only the Red Bull, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll leave them to it, shall we? Yeah, so good. Yeah, I think the Sir Sterling Moss then perhaps then the best driver not to win a Grand Prix, not to win a championship, of course. Then I think he got out of his car, didn't he? Sacrificed the championship as well. Just shows the integrity of the man as well. It's impressive, isn't it, to say the least then. Evening all, and good luck there from Darren as well then, as this is the end of qualifying one as well, as you can see, as Brandon is out on circuit then, and he is going to get a lap in then. So we're on board with Brandon now then. He is a late entry then, and he might cause some major issues there for Baz, who is currently through at the moment then, by the skin of his teeth as well. Ghost is out of qualifying, unfortunately. We've lost Jake Wilson as well. New Potato and Murphy are also out of qualifying, and can Brandon now sneak through into qualifying two then on one run, one and done there for Brandon. He's not a man that messes around, is he? As he comes out then on into Cop's corner as well. Look at this then. Not even a hint of a lift there. Impressive stuff indeed there for Brandon. Of course, that's new F1, isn't it? Brandon is of course, me and him were on first name terms then as well. They did, so that's why I call him Brandon there, because we're cool like that. DRS and down the back straight, 2 DRS zones then on the back straight that we're on at the moment, or the hangar straight, isn't it? And also down in the on the Wellington straight as well, in between turn 4 and 5 then as well. Brandon there is into the pits then, and I've just noticed that his telemetry's like got a 2 minute and 20 second. I'm not even sure if that's right there, but Brandon out of qualifying then, along with Murphy and Flea, who's also out of qualifying then as well. Well, that's the end of qualifying one. Unfortunately, I think with the elimination of Ghost there after having major issues there, just going into Maggots and Beckett's there, he crashed somewhere around there, unfortunately, which kind of put a bit of a damper on qualifying, didn't it, really, for us? And I think with Wilson having some issues as well, he's also out of qualifying early on then, which is a big shame then for those two. And I think that's why qualifying one was kind of a bit of a damp squid there, wasn't it, really? But it's great to have 20 cars there in this qualifying session and away. So going on to qualifying 2 then in just a few moments then, and unfortunately we got to wait for that timer to count down, so I think this is a good opportunity there to give us a quick old stat attack, isn't it, on the on silver as well. I usually give a stat attack on gold, don't I, but let's do it on silver, shall we? Of course, as already mentioned, this is V Todd's 32nd race start then, but it's Serious Mushroom's 33rd race start, so brilliant stuff indeed there from Serious Mushroom. He has never missed a race in silver history, and look how close those who's top 4 are, goodness me. And if you line them up, like side by side, it'd be virtually impossible by the naked eye to determine who is in front. But that's why we have got advanced timing screens there, and it tells us by 1,000 of a second who is faster or not. Then so Vitok, Gurman and Shane. I'm looking forward to qualifying 3. It's very nip and tuck, isn't it? Our qualifying 1 then is Brandon. 20th, 19th is Murphy, 18th is Potato, 17th is Wilson, and 16th is Ghost. So there is a lot of fast guys out of qualifying 1 then, and goodness gracious me, then that is going to be a frantic and ferocious start to the race for those guys as well then, so keep an eye out. It is going to get very interested indeed then, as I'm just sorry, I'm just sorting my phone out as well. But we just got Michael Preston saying Q2, get in as well. Gordo, finish, congratulations. Brandon saying nice to be back in Renault. His one and only win in ALR was in the Renault. Yes, back in season 2, and of course that was also the night that Renault were confirmed as the constructors champions from season 2 as well, with the combination of Granty and Brandon towards the end of season 2. Then so hats off to those guys who of course had a fantastic season, didn't they? For the Renault team as well. So yeah, this will be Troy's first start tonight, and unfortunately Troy's not finished the race in silver yet, so hopefully he can put that hoodoo behind him, can he? I figure in terms of who's on the grid tonight then, just take a look at the most successful pole position man, which is at the moment it is Gurman. He's the only man then to have a couple of pole positions. Having said that, Murphy's got 2 pole positions as well, but he doesn't count, he's a reserve, isn't he? So of course Glock has the most pole positions in ALR history, combined in all 3 leagues actually with 15, but of course Glock was phenomenal, wasn't he, in silver last season, wasn't he? It's a shame we didn't get to see Glock in gold, wasn't it, because it was an honour and a privilege to commentate over some of his races. He was fantastic, wasn't he? I remember this race last season for silver as well. It was bucking it down, wasn't it, in the start of the race then, and we had a cracking battle between himself and Faxand, wasn't it? Faxand, another driver that was very good too in his beginning of his silver career, but unfortunately after the Australian Grand Prix debacle he decided to call it quits there in ALR, which is a shame now, because I thought the Faxand was a very tidy young driver, wasn't he? But yeah, and of course there is a grandstand finish, just very similar to last night really, but I think it was a couple of laps early, where Faxand, of course, I think he absolutely caught the conditions perfectly, didn't he? Went from the wet to the dry tyres there. He was brilliant, wasn't he, Faxand was? But it was Glock there with a couple laps to go, stole the victory and won that race as well. But one of the first of silver, which really lives long in the memory, isn't it? That one in Monaco for me. Then of course Silverstone was round 5 last season for silver, when we had a random calendar as well, which I got to say really jumbled me up as well. We're on board with Liam then, let's go on board, and of course we are on board with him. Let's go for a lap around this incredible British Grand Prix, and look at this, we're holding on to our hats, we're holding on to our helmets there as we go into turn 3 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then, as you can see now into the loop of turn 4, and you can see he shifted down into 3rd gear before accelerating back up. Now I haven't even got my telemetry on, goodness me, give me a slap across the face. Down the Wellington straight as well, then before coming into Brooklands as well. Look at this as well then. Of course then that is the first of the 2 DRS zones around here, isn't it? Now into Luffield then. Of course Luffield was modified around the 95-96 season, wasn't it? I used to be 2 Luffields, didn't there? Not anymore though. Now we're on the old pit straight, of course the national pit straight now, before he lifted to Cops. Not even a lift there. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Liam then. And he is on his way then. Now into Magnets. Brilliant stuff. Into Beckett's as well. And we got to hold our breath through here. Incredible stuff indeed then. Liam has got that car absolutely planted. Albeit we're on the medium tyres, haven't we? Now then, out of Chapel and down the hangar straight as well. Up in front of us is Stowe as well. It's opened up over the years, hasn't it? Down into just 6th gear as well, only shifting down 2 gears there. Liam is then into the final part of course as well, then dropping down into a 3rd gear as well. It's a very Mickey Mouse end to the circuit, isn't it really? It's very awkward if you get it wrong there, but Liam hasn't. He's done a 25.7 there. Good stuff indeed there from Liam, and he is the fastest there on the medium tyres, but that was only briefly because Troy has now eclipsed him and he is faster as well then, with Baz on the soft tyres in 3rd position as well then. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got Kingdom then, got Oh, no, he ain't. Kingdom is in the grass there, and he's had some major issues there. Kingdom he's trying to get out of the grass now, but he looks like he's spun on the exit of turn 18 or 17, I think it is. And unfortunately, he is now the most expensive lawnmower around the British Grand Prix, then, or in Britain, I should say, as well. As Gordo has just gone 5th fastest. Good stuff indeed there, as Gordo is taking a novelty line there through the first part of the lap as well. Vitot has gone fast again. He's underlining how quick he is, but he's not messing around the medium tyres. Vitot is in. He is going onto the soft tyres straight away. Lovely stuff indeed. And here comes Iceman, the podium hero for Renault last time out. And let's see what he can do. He's the only Renault left in this qualifying. Oh, he had to make a correction there halfway through 17 and 18, but Iceman is 4th fastest at the moment in the Renault. He is also on the medium compound tyre. We've got Itchy then, who is just starts off. Oh goodness me, we got a lot of comments going on there. Gordo saying a 26.5 on you soft. I'm happy with that for qualifying one. Good stuff indeed there for Gordo. We've also got Nunda saying, I think what matters is a good quality and a race started. Driving to the back after qualifying so high can ruin your chance for a podium or a race win. Good stuff. Yes, I think unfortunately Nunda has got first-hand experience like that. Remember the Spanish Grand Prix? He got on pole position. He judged the conditions to absolute perfection, didn't he? The Williams driver did. For bronze there, and unfortunately just it didn't go his way there towards the end of that race there, did it? Unfortunate for Nunda there, but he was possibly could have and should have been on the podium that day, really, as we got a McLaren getting very close to the back of a Haas there. We've also got Broke Gorilla saying as Broke Gorilla has also just noticed that Brandon's also in the action as well. Of course, we used to have quite a core of drivers that have drived in all different kind of leagues and stuff, but I got to say, I've drifted apart since the F1 2020 games come on, isn't it, really? I say I only driven in a couple of league races, and luckily, happily enough, I don't race them anymore because it was just too stressful for me. As Itchy comes across the line, he is 5th fastest moment. Both William guys, I got to say, have been very unlucky, haven't they, of Itchy and Paint as well. Unfortunately, Paint's not racing here tonight, but only got 20 points, both the Williams drivers has, which is a small total of a driver of their talents, really is. Just watching Sarah's Mushing now as he's starting us off as well. I've got to say, there's a lot of incredible camera shots, and look at German there stamping on the brake pedal there, the inside front there, just lock it up. Under rotated as the engineers call it as well, don't they? And that was fantastic. German is just in front, and he's coming down the Wellington straight as well, flicking it into Brooklyn as well. On board with German. He has had 2 race wins now in silver, 2 pole positions as well. Is he going to get back-to-back promotions there and get himself into gold as well? Remember, you can emulate Southampton now, because Southampton got back-to-back promotions there, going from League 1 to the Premier League, didn't they, a couple of seasons ago? So can German do that then? Fantastic. Just watching German now as he is flying onto the fastest part of the circuit. Oh, he's drifted wide there, hasn't he? Of course, they extended that curb, didn't they, for the second race around here, the 2020 season for Formula 1, because a lot of drivers said it was going wide there and really kicking up dirt, wasn't he? So I don't think they've extended that curb on this game just yet, so we might see that in the in season 5 around here for next season perhaps, but not this season then. There's German there coming out of turn 18 as well then. Let's see what he can do. And German is a 4th fastest runner, and he is a whisker beyond his teammate as both Haas cars are very nip and tug at the motor. Sergio Mercer's got 6th fastest because I think that we've just seen Toro Rosso once again. He's got some pace, Toro Rosso has, and I feel that if he has a clean weekend, this man is going to be in the thick of things, isn't he? So just watching Exo is crawling back to the start there as well, and so Exo might have to have another go and another bite of cherry. On board with Shane at the moment, and as he is now coming through Maggots and Beckett's as well. And I love that helmet, by the way, from Shane. That's a fantastic helmet. Of course, that's what I like about this game itself. I think there's a lot more variety of helmets, isn't there, in the older podium pass kind of thing, isn't there? So and I got to say, I think a helmet is quite an important part of your driving criteria, isn't it? Of course, it's your signature, isn't it? And I do feel that having a outstanding helmet design really does put you in good stead, doesn't it? And of course, it's like Nigel. We now remember Nigel with the famous black and green helmet, isn't it? With a dash of yellow. Of course, the first ever champion of ALR. So yeah, that's what's important about the helmets there as well, isn't it? Really, having a unique helmet is there's a really, of course, where puts you in good stead, especially with me there, because I very much remember people's helmets. And Kingdom there is out on Dragon Mountain, as we already mentioned about Kingdom's helmet. It's a Sterling Moss. Oh, sorry, a Sir Sterling Moss helmet as well. Nunda is saying there. Where's Potato? Unfortunately, Potato is out of qualifying. He is down in 18th position at the moment. It's that Ferris wheel is going round, isn't it? Oh gosh, I never used to like to go on this because I'm a man who's really scared of heights. And so, yep, you won't catch me on there. Well, you probably would actually, because let's just say I'll buckle under peer pressure. So if anyone holds that against me in the future, damn you, damn you. We're going into Cop's corner as well. Look at how much curve Kingdom takes as well. Kingdom has only got 4 points so far at this stage of the season. Remember last season, Kingdom finished 8th in the driver's standings, and so can he? But it's so good. It's an Iceman stuff session. Hopefully we can get back in. Currently he is safe at the moment, but I don't think he's going to be safe later on, is he? And now then is at 2400 so a second there. Kingdom is up in the second intermediate split time at the moment. Then I think, but he made a mistake, didn't he, in the final part of the lap here? And so yes, we'll see what he can do then. Of course, that was up on his personal best, not the overall best time. And now Kingdom then coming into 8:17. Oh, look at that! Almost going over that sausage curb. Ben Kingdom out of the final turn, 7 fast 10. And he is currently, he's 7th for the moment, but he's got 5 minutes to go. Can he stay there? That's the question. Frisky Biscuit then is out on circuit as well. He's 3/10 second up. Frisky is, and he is now through into qualifying 3 as it stands at the moment. And good stuff indeed there for Frisky. He's on medium tires as well. Frisky Biscuit is said. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't worry, guys. I'll just be over here. As you're just watching Gordon, and it's a lovely shot from the side pod here as well. The Williamson. I've got to say, it feels like the rendering's not very good on this game tonight, is it? It just feels like it's very pixelated, isn't it? A bit like my eyes. It might be my eyesight actually. I think I might have to have an early night that or an early bath, so to speak, as well. And I think I will need a bath. I always need a bath after every ALR event because it always gets me really hot and sweaty. As we're just watching Brooklyn, we're not watching Brooklands, we're watching Gordo go through Brooklands as well before into Luffield then, as well as Gordo's on he's invalidated there at Gordo, as that's a huge blow indeed, isn't it, for Gordo? He's good, I don't think he's going to have time to get in and come back out, isn't it? Because the mechanics don't take a very long time to wheel you in and get you back out there, don't they? So, Gordo is going to be very unhappy with what is occurring there. XR hasn't set a time yet, so let's watch the Ferrari driver. And whilst he's starting then, I'd like to hear your favourite British Grand Prix as well. Of course, we did mention last night, and someone did mention the 2018 British Grand Prix, where Vettel won, I think it was, and you can see as we're going under that bridge there, which is a new feature on Formula 1 2020, but I don't think it's actually there at the moment. It wasn't there when we was racing around Silverstone a couple of weeks ago in the actual world of Formula 1, was it? Well, I don't think it was anyway, unless I was probably hungover or something, which I don't think I was, because I never get hungover before the British Grand Prix, unless I'm actually there. And of course, unfortunately, ALR was meant to be there this year, wasn't it? Wasn't we? And which I think is quite a good, really, because now we've now we've been in lockdown, I can use that as a excuse there for having a bit of a wide old waistline and a big old posterior. But I couldn't have had that last time, could I? I'm just really lazy and I like food. XR there is just come out of left field now, very almost all 4 wheels off the circuit there, but he is now cut out to Cops as well. I love this corner. This part of the track is probably the finest piece of tarmac in the world, isn't it? And XR now, and look at this then. Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I could watch XR, I can watch all 20 of these drivers go through that complex of corners basically for the rest of the night, really. But unfortunately, we won't be able to start because we've only got a 2-hour slot, haven't we, to finish this race there. There or thereabouts, of course, there, because I think we'll be done by 9:30, which I might have jinxed it because we might get a lot of safety cars. We had 2 last night, didn't we? And it was such a shame there because that safety car might have could have Big Arns there a first win in his debut in ALR, which has been absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Then XR has got himself into 7th position at the moment. Then that's okay, but I don't think it's he's not going to be feeling too super secure there, is he? With less than 2 minutes to go as well. Then and Nunda saying that his favourite race was 2009. Bottas fought back Hamilton on 4, and then Verstappen and Leclerc had an epic battle. They really did, didn't they? And I think that was also the season as well where Vettel decided to rear-end Verstappen as well, wasn't it? Really, which was not very good at all from Vettel, from Verstappen or Vettel's point of view. Really, also got yellow flags down the hangar straight as well. I don't really know what my favourite British Grand Prix is. There's this track there because it's classic. There's a lot of them, isn't there? 98 springs to mind, doesn't it? Of course, and it was absolutely deluging down, wasn't it? Of course, we had a safety car and all that kind of jazz, and then Schumacher won it in the pit lane because he had a 10-second stop and go penalty. Serious motion there coming across the line. He's 5th fast at the moment. And yeah, for some reason, Michael Schumacher had a stop and go penalty, didn't he? And the stewards rewarded it with less than 3 laps to go, didn't they? And because of that, they just took advantage, didn't they? The Ferrari did, and of course Schumacher already crossed the line. Gordo. Liam, is in the pits, and he's invalidated his time. Is V-Top, then he is also coming to the pits as well. He got yellow flags fluttering in the second part of the course. We got XR, is he going for it? As Liam's retired from the session now. XR is also in the pits as well, and so there's a lot of guys in there who are just abandoning their laps. And we got Williams of Gordo, who is still on that lap at the moment, and I think we have also got... I think Flea is also on an outlap as well, as is both Red Bulls are. And look at the traffic here. Goodness me, and his teammate gets out of the way. Gordo get out of the way there, as Gordo just wants a bit of tarmac there just to stretch his legs. And Itchy goes 7 fast at the run, and he is through there. He's improved by 3/10 of a second at the moment then. Good stuff indeed. Then Shane is just started us off as well, and I think he's the last one across the line. Then we've got a lot of cars in the round circuit. Then it's the checker flag is fluttering now. If you haven't started your lap, that is it. You're done. You're done and dusted if you're out of qualifying. King Zone is still in qualifying at the moment. There he is. He's on the soft compound tyres as well then. So there's a mixture of tyres strategy out there, isn't it? I love it. Frisky Biscuit is about 2/10 of a second up nose. He comes out of left field and he is away as well then. We've got the Serious Musters retired from the session. He is 5th fast at the moment. Top 3 have retired. Exor's retired as well. Exor is not going to be feeling too safe for is he? He is the slowest man on the medium tyres at the moment in time then, as he is the first man in the top 10, and it might be regretting the decision there to retire, but he was a bit out of sorts, wasn't he? Out of sync, I should say. Iceman there is out of qualifying, so is Baz as well then. So we have got to find out who else will be joining them. We got 3 more slots then to determine who is going to be in qualifying, who is going to be out of qualifying too as well. Frisky Biscuit has looked very calm and collected in this lap, hasn't he? And let's see what he can do as well then. Gurman is also out on track as well then. Is Frisky Biscuit comes across the line. He improves to 4th fastest. Gurman is half a second up in the second intermediate. He goes 4th fast as well. Good stuff indeed there. Flea is out of qualified as well. Itchy is retired from the session then. And we have got Kington moving up to second position there. Shane has moved up into 8th position as well. And he is through into qualifying 3 as well. So we have lost Itchy, Exile out of qualifying. We have lost Flea, Iceman and Baz all out of qualifying, and unfortunately so that's unfortunate as well. Serious Mushroom saying he didn't want to go for Salsa, felt like I had no choice, but Serious Mushroom is still through into qualifying 3 as well. So just watching Flea, who's unfortunately out of qualifying, so we're just on board with him as he is coming back to the pits as well. So starting 15th for the race coming up in just a jiffy is Baz. In 14th is Iceman. In 13th position is Flea, and we're on board with him now. 12th position is Exxon. 11th position is Itchy, but Itchy will be able to start on whatever tires he fancies. The same with XR, the same with Flea, Iceman and Baz. And I gotta say, props to Codemasters, because I don't think I've seen a qualifying incident by the computer, so to speak, by the AI when they've been coming back into the pit zone. So that's really good stuff indeed. Then that's a big old thumbs up from me, and hopefully no one else has experienced it either. But maybe I'm forgetting something. But yeah, we had a tap there. We had a bit of a love kiss there, didn't we, between Gurman's diffuser and Flea, but as long as wheels are not ripped off the car, then there is no harm, no foul. Michael Preston saying, damn, that's my best ever lap around here. I think he should be very happy indeed then. So just on board them Flea as he is coming, but well, I think he's just doing a parade lap, isn't he? So good stuff indeed then. Gora saying that wasn't a good lap for me, wanted to play cautious, so made it, I made it through. So just watching their Flea just coming across the line as well. So we're into qualifying qualifying free then, and let's see then who is starting on what tyres then as well. Gordo saying it wasn't a good lap, but he is still through nonetheless, and we got soft tyres for V Todd, King's Liam, Tormar, also German, Frisky and Gordo, and also Serious Mushroom as well. Shane and Troy are both on the medium tyres then. Are they going to have a strategical advantage in the race then? Remember last night it was more the guys who had a more traditional strategy was the medium to softs, or the softs to the mediums then. So that may not be a big strategical advantage, but who knows, and we'll find out in the race then, don't we? And of course with safety cars and all that kinds of variety in the race itself, and anything can happen in ALR, and it usually does, doesn't it? Right, we're into qualifying free now. We've got 12 minutes then to determine who's going to be on pole position then for the British Grand Prix. Liam has had a pole position before. Can he get his second one in a row as well? He had a pole position last time out in Austria. Fantastic stuff, wasn't it? Of course, then we've also had Shane on pole position, and German's also been on pole position twice as well then. So there's a lot of good caliber drivers in this qualifying session, but who's going to be the man then who is starting on pole position? As Potato is saying there, he's going to just try for points then tonight as well. Remember, Potato is currently holding the final promotion spot, isn't he, with second position at the moment then, but he has got a lot of hard work to do. I need to get from 18th to into the points there. Of course, points are usually handed out quite frequently these days, aren't they? Of course, it's down to 10th position, isn't it? When I started watching F1, because I like to say during the good during the war, or the good old days kind of thing, isn't it? As I think it wasn't Albert that you say during the war, wasn't it? No Only Fools and Horses, lovely stuff indeed, wasn't it? Of course, one of the best sitcoms that you'll ever watch. There, brilliant. It cracks me up every time there. But of course, there, there's another thing that us oldies like to say is back in my day. Well, back in my day, yes, it was the it was points from 1 to 6, wasn't it? From 1st to 6th there, and of course, first getting 10 points in, 6 getting 1 point as well. No points for fast lap or no other kind of points like that then. So I think back in the 1950s, it was really weird there, because I think second position got more points than first, one in a couple of races, which was really weird as well. I read the random fact about that a couple of years ago, actually. I never really, I can't remember the reason for that, but it was really weird, wasn't it? But we're just watching V Todd now, who I got to say has looked very good in this qualifying session so far. Can he get pole position? He has been so good in the qualifying session as he throughout his silver career up until this season. It was his racecraft, wasn't it? Well, not his racecraft, his race pace, wasn't it? Where V Todd seemed to struggle up, but this season he has put it all together and he's in third position at the moment. Of course, both racing points are very high in the championship, aren't they? Both are third and fourth position at the moment now. So the reason why race points so far down the constructors is because of all the super subs, really, isn't it? That's come in, which is such a shame. Now we're on board V Todd, then Iceman has joined the session. He is back in the which is such a shame now, because Iceman potentially could have, should have and would have been in qualifying free then as well, as he's now flying into turn 1. V Todd is, and as we've already mentioned, he has been the man on form in this qualifying session so far. Let's see what he can do now. Of course, he's carrying the number 9 there, famous fight Marcus Ericsson, wasn't it, when he was driving for Sauber, as and also Caterham as well, wasn't he? Of course, Marcus Ericsson, a very famous Formula 1 driver, isn't he? Well, famous mainly because his Grosjean made up a little porky pie about him, didn't he? And blamed him for his crash in, no, wasn't it? I think it was Gary Gannon, actually, wasn't it? It wasn't Grosjean, it was Gary Gannon. So, yeah, sorry to Grosjean there. As we're just coming out of left field now, V Todd is as well, onto the old national pit straight as well, as he's now flying up into Copse Court as well. We're on board of him as well. This is where the car is going to be absolutely its utmost beastie of a performance, isn't it? Because it's going to be flying around here now. Of course, the car is going to be like the tyres are going to be at optimal temperature, optimal performance. And you can see he's gone wide there, V Todd, but that is the national, that is the traditional racing line around there, isn't it? Ed Chapel, lovely, lovely over the shoulder cam shot there. Look in the background, that is, I think it's German, isn't it? Possibly. Yes, we're just on board then with V Todd as well, as he's coming into the final part of the course as well then, locking up the inside front there from V Todd then. It's great to see these silver drivers that really stamping on the brakes. I love a bit of good old lock up as well. V Todd across the line, he's done a 25 flat there, and he is on the pole position as it stands at the moment. Liam was the car behind him. He is second fastest by a tenth of a second away. Gordo coming across the line. Gordo is third fastest, and he is a whisker away as well. Look how closely condensed it is there. Frisky Biscuit's done a 25-4 as he comes across the line there. What about the Mercedes then? We've got V Todd then coming. No, we got King's who is second second there. Look at that, 200s down there. That cut Jim Clark is doing fantastic wonders there. Shane is 6th fast at the moment. And what about Troy? Troy, who has been on pole position before in his ALR career, not in his silver career, but he's fast as there. He's on pole position there by 2/10 of a second there. Lovely something. What about Torma Rosso? He's also been up at the top there as well. He's 4th fast at the moment there. Look at those times there. It is very nip and tuck. Oh, and who's that? That's Gordo, who's taking a trip across the grass then. German hasn't finished this up yet either. He's been on pole position twice. Back in Boring since last pole. Surf Mushroom only 8 fast now on board German as he is coming down the back straight as well, as he now flings it into Stowe as well. Car 25 then. Lovely stuff indeed then. Yeah, German has on a pole position since the Bahrain Grand Prix. A big old lock up there for German, isn't it? He is, I gotta say, he's a man that does treat his tyres like it's the last lap of every lap, isn't it? And he's on pole position there, German is, and is 10th of a second in front, less than 10th of a second in front of Troy, and this is German's 3rd pole position as it stands at the moment, but it is not done yet, is it? As all the cars come back into the pits there, but German is at the moment, is in the position where everyone wants to be here in Silverstone. And this man has been on such fine Vettel at the moment, hasn't he? He has really been impressive. He's had 2 race wins in the last 2 races. He has taken a hold of this championship by the scruff of the neck now. He's really got to grips with this Haas and with the silver championship, and he has been immense, hasn't he, the last 2 rounds there? And his qualifying performance here tonight is showing that, isn't he? He is on fine form, isn't he? So that's his 3rd pole position of his career in silver so far, as he is now coming back into the pits as well with 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And as Gununa saying, it's a track improvement because a 10th of a second is a huge gap there. Yeah, the track, of course, will be getting quicker and quicker all the time. The track evolution is also about driver evolution as well. Remember, as the drivers are just really starting to get into their swing as well. Frisky's up into 5th position, but I think you had another bite of cherry. So did Toro Rosso as well as Toro Rosso, I think, was going for another lap as well. He's coming down the the Wellington straight as well, Toro Rosso is. So he's going for another bite of cherry straight away. He's a 10th of a second up on his personal best at the moment. And now he's flying into left field and outfit as well, and accelerating away there, getting on the power as early as possible. Coming up there as the car rotated absolutely splendidly well there for Toro Rosso. And now he's coming up into a Copse corner as well. Wow, look at that. That's a fantastic camera shot. It absolutely threw me out of my seat there. Now then, as we coming up into the best part of complex in the world of Formula 1, in my opinion then. Toro Rosso not going out as wide as other drivers there. Well, I think it was on board with one of the Mercedes. It was on the grass there, wasn't it? And that was his traditional racing line then. As you can see now, drifted over to the left-hand side then. You're right then, as he was coming down. And a lovely shot from the nose cone as well from the McLaren driver, as he is now going on the curb there as well, trying to minimise the slip angle. It is beautiful stuff indeed then. And he is out of the final turn now. Is this going to be enough for position? He's going for 24. He is very close there, and he has slipped himself in the middle of Troy and German. And he is on the front row. Toro Rosso is then, but the problem with that is he's gone early, and that potentially, though, he will not have the best of the track conditions there, but that may not matter. Great stuff indeed there for Toro Rosso. Absolutely fantastic. German on pole position there by just under a 10th of a second now. Goodness gracious me, it's so close out there, isn't it? Troy then, who's never had a pole position, I don't think, in silver. As he's had a pole position in bronze, hasn't he? I think he's had 2 pole positions in bronze, if I'm not very much mistaken. But can Troy get a pole position here tonight as well? Well, he's going to have to go some great guns, isn't he? Vittard is starting this out there with 4 minutes to go then. So Vittard is out there quite early on, isn't he? As he wants to get himself going straight away then. So I've got a cloud popped up on my phone then. Iceman has got some issues with the internet. What a shame for Iceman now. He wanted to build on his incredible podium position last time out from Austria, and he was looking good as well in qualifying too. We saw him drop out, didn't we? And now it's really going to cost him. Well, it's cost him in qualifying. Hopefully it don't cost him in the race then, and hopefully he can get himself as I think VTOD has backed out here. He has indeed then. So VTOD has backed out then. So I think that we're going to leave him to it then for the minute. So let's watch Troy then as well. Kings are still in the pits. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. A couple of these guys are out quite early actually, haven't they? So I think they just want track, but they just want track position rather than the track evolution. And as we're just watching Troy fling it into turn 1 and out of 2 as well. Brilliant, isn't it? Got to say this. This race is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Really good stuff, then. And of course, it is the home of British motorsport as well, isn't it? The British Grand Prix. We've had British Grand Prix in other venues, haven't we? I think the Brands Hatch, of course, also hosted the British Grand Prix, if I'm not very much mistaken. I'm sure Brands Hatch, didn't they also host the European Grand Prix as well? I know Donington did back in '93, but I'm sure Brands Hatch did in '85 or '86 or something like that, perhaps. I can't remember. And of course, remember, I think it was back in the late 2000s that there was a lot of chatter, wasn't there, about the British Grand Prix going to Donington, and I figured that was almost a set deal, wasn't it? And then it just didn't materialise, did it? And then that's when Silverstone. Oh no, Troy is invalidated his time now, and that is not good. Then so he is going to have to go around again. But luckily for Troy, I'm not sure if he's got fuel. And lovely helmet, by the way. I'm not sure if he's got enough fuel though. Oh goodness me, Liam there is following him closely. We've also got Serious Mushing there, exiting now, chopping in and coming down the back straight then, and so that is a big blow for Troy. Is he going to have enough fuel left? Well, his fuel light is flashing. I wonder if Serious Mushroom hasn't. It looks like he's got a bit more fuel in, hasn't he? So I reckon, because you can see down the graphics on the right hand side, then his fuel light is not flashing then. So possibly, and there's Shane now just flying through this screen as well. Here comes Mushroom. He stays in 9th position, but he's improved by half a second. Good stuff indeed. Liam, is very close to the button, and now he's going for it. I'm wondering then if he's slowed down and going for a final bite of the cherry as well then. As Frisky Biscuit is out on circuit as well. He's on an outlap. King's is on an outlap as well. VTOD he's coming out of the pits now then. I wonder if he's got to say, it's going to be very nip and tuck, isn't it? German is also out on circuit as well, defending his pole position then. We're just keeping an eye on Shane then. He had pole position back in the Chinese Grand Prix, didn't he? And I think that was actually his second race, if I'm not very much mistaken now. So Shane really just came in like a wrecking ball. I apologise, that's his third race, wasn't it? And to date, that's his best result of his silver career there, with a fantastic second position. And can Shane go one better tonight and get on the top step of the podium as well? As it looks like Gordo is being pushed to go, isn't he? As I figured he scaled that quite quickly there. I'm not sure if my time is sunk or not though, so do not take the time at the top left hand side as gospel, which I know is a bit annoying, because that's kind of the graphics are in. It's meant to give you information now, but it might be giving you false information now. So yeah, if someone may have gone over the line there, perhaps when the timer's out, then do not. That might not be the driver's fault. Then that might be my fault. Shane over the line. He is on pole position there by 300ths of a second. And what a performance there from Shane there, and a great performance indeed. And he is on pole position for his second time. And as it stands about, if the session stops now, that'll be a second pole position there for Shane. And brilliant stuff indeed. Then who is going to stop him at the moment? So we just got Liam there, who's coming across the line there, and I think Liam's done. He is done there. He is down in third position now, and Liam is not going to be on pole position there, but in his full debut here for Haas, VTOL comes across the line as well. He's done a 25 flat there, and I'm wondering, has he got time for one more run? He might have time for one more run. Then Frisky Biscuit has had a problem somewhere. Kingdom is coming down the back straight. He's a whisker behind on his personal best of the road then for Kingdom as he flies into Stowe corner as well, running wide there. He's invalidated, and King's always come back into the pits then, and he's gone too wide then. Track limits around here can be brutal at times there, and that's a big shame indeed then. So Shane currently on pole position then. Who's going to stop him then? Well, they're queuing up behind him, haven't they? What about Gordo? Gordo is 5900 a second up then. He is currently in 9th position mode, and he's also stealing a cheeky little slipstream now from Shane as well, as Shane is coming back in the pits then as well. And Shane now is still in the race of light then. He's coming in the pits then. Shane is, hopefully I didn't disrupt Gordo so dirty air too much then. We're just watching the Williams and lovely shot from car 12 of Gordo as well. He is out of the final turn as well. He is coming through. Is it going to be enough? It is 6 fast there for Gordo. Lovely stuff indeed. What about Gurman then? Gurman hasn't been on pole position since Boris. Can he? No, he can't. He is in second position. Oh, goodness me. And in the moment, Shane has popped out of nowhere, hasn't he? He's done a fantastic time then. What about Vitor? He's been brilliant, hasn't he? He's looking at the inside front. He is only a 10th of a second up in the middle sector. What about the far section? He's a 24. He's out of fuel, I think. He is out of fuel. Vitor to be 7th fastest here tonight. So it is Shane who is on pole position then for the British Grand Prix. His second pole position of his career. Fantastic stuff there from Shane. And hats off to the AlphaTauri driver as well. Brilliant. And that was really good though from Shane as well. Gotta say, that was a mega lap, wasn't it? Goodness me, it was unfolded in front of us, wasn't it? Whilst I was speaking absolute gibberish, and really good stuff indeed there for Shane. And also I mentioned that is his second pole position. First one was back in the Chinese Grand Prix. The second one is here in the British Grand Prix as well. So just now is that Liam is coming into the pits then. And that is the end of qualifying then. And now we're getting onto the race as well, as we're about to hit 8:30 UK time here. And of course then, so that, you know what that means, it's time for racing here in Silver, isn't it? As into the pits there comes Liam. Now he'll be third on the grid then. I'm wondering if he might be a bit disappointed with that performance then. Well, I'd say disappointed. Look at that then. The two Haas's are very close to the AlphaTauri. Look at that. 36 hundredths of a second separates the top three. Very nip and tug indeed, but Shane is second pole position of his career. Gurman is second. Third is Liam. Yeah, brilliant stuff for Liam there. Fantastic. Torma Rosso, can he get some points there? He hasn't scored, I don't think he's scored a point now since the third race season at Vietnam. He hasn't indeed, has he? Can he put that hoodoo to bed here tonight there? Troy in 5th position, Gordo 6th, Vitod 7th, Kings 8th, Frisky in 9th, and his Cirrus Mushroom completes the top 10 for the British Grand Prix. Right then, here we go then. Now we're getting set for the race itself as well then. Of course, before we even get on to the race itself then, of course, we've got to go through the formation lap where we're going to go through the grid from front to back, from pole position all the way to 20th on the grid. Then there's 20 cars and there's going to be racing around this fearsome, historic track, isn't it? And got to say, one of the best on the calendar as well. Possibly one of the best, it's definitely in the top 5, up with maybe Suzuka, maybe Belgium, Belgium, Japanese Grand Prix. I gotta say, I quite like the Zandvoort race as well. That was a cracking race. I do enjoy Canada as well, but it's up for debate, isn't it, really? But those two that just came through right off my head, and I love Brazil as well, actually. I think I'm just really old, ain't I? Right then, we're now getting into the race itself as well then. So here we go then, as the final countdown is on then for the British Grand Prix. This is Silver, this is season 2, and this is round 12 then. And there are the cars then, as the red light is going to go out, and it is signals the start of the formation lap as well then. And you can see then, say now getaway as well, bring up the tyre strategy as well. And we have got all 3 tyre compounds in use then, as Liam has left the session. Oh no, Liam has left the session. What is going on there for the man who's third in the grid order as well? Can he get back in the session? I hope so, because that is disappointing for Liam, isn't it? 26 laps around this British Grand Prix. Of course, the new layout there is only 52 laps, isn't it? Of course, the old layout, well, not the old layout, of course, the layout previously was 60 laps, wasn't it? Because of course, the new complex was not built, was it? So Shane is on pole position there. That is his first pole position since China. That's his second pole position overall. Yeah, Liam is back in the session. Fantastic. Gurman is second then. Third position is Liam. Can he take control of his car? Fourth position is Torma Rossi. He hasn't scored since Vietnam. Can he put that to bed then? Troy in 5th position there. His 4th debut for Mercedes. Good luck to him. Gordo once again showing some amazing pace in 6th position then. 7th position is Vittori. He is 3rd in the World Championship. King's 0-8 position. He is 17th in the World Championship, driving the Sir Sterling Moss helmet. Frisky Biscuit in 9th position there. And 10th position is Cirrus Mushroom as well. 11th position is Itchy, just outside the points, and he can choose whatever tires he wants. He is on the medium. 12th is XL. 13th position is Flea. Iceman having connection issues. Hopefully that can stabilise for the race set. 15th position is Baz. Ghost on his birthday is in 16th position. Can he emulate something he did back back in the Dutch Grand Prix and have a fantastic race. And Wilson in that 17th finish there, he has been outstanding, hasn't he, in the last 2 races. I'm expecting more of the same again here tonight. Hopefully I don't put the hopefully I don't give him a curse. 18th finish is the man who's second at the World Championship. It is New Potato. 19th finish is Murphy. He hasn't made a start since a couple of races ago now. And 19th and 20th finish is Brandon, also from his second race in silver in a row. Good stuff indeed there. Medium tires for Shane, medium tires for Troy, and we've also got medium tires for Itchy, XR, Flea, Ghost Recon, Nude, and also Brandon as well. And this is the view from the front position. Now this is the review from Butler on board Brandon as well, as he lines up in at 20th position as well then. And we are now waiting for those lights as well. Look at that. Iceman is really eager to get going. Look at him. He's twitching on that box set as well. Lovely shot here from the back of the field. We're just having a look at Dan Murphy's diffuser there. Very lovely diffuser indeed, isn't it? As here we go then. Watch for the lights then. Nunes just took the words out of my mouth then. Yes, watch for the lights then. We are waiting for the lights, but they are not coming on at the moment then. As once again then, I gotta say, we do like to build up the tension, don't we, here in ALR then, as we are now waiting for those lights as well then, as the excitement is building up. The excitement is really coming along, isn't it? But maybe this is too much of a delay, isn't it, as we're back on board with Shane as well. We're on lap 2 then. We're on a fantastic race by the looks of it, but unfortunately all I can see is cars not moving, as once again in the we're just going to have to tone it down a bit, because I don't think that we're going anywhere at the moment, are we? So we'll wait to see what is occurring on at the moment then. So yeah, this is a I thought we were going then. So yeah, this is a bit of an anticlimactic start, isn't it? So yeah, good stuff indeed then. So if you're running a bit late then, guys, well, hello. So we're waiting for Liam and Dan by the looks then. So Liam and Dan there causing all kinds of mischief in the Alfa Romeo and the Haas as well. And we're on board with Dan at the moment then, as he is just sat there at the moment then. So hopefully as a restart has been confirmed then from Gordo then. So yeah, we have to go to restart as well. And, oh no, I've got a error. Hopefully am I still broadcasting? We'll find out, won't we, when we get back in there.